Hello there guys, it's me Unstable Voltage. Welcome back to a brand new series of Crusader Kings 2 and a brand new year, the first of a new series to see in 2018. It's been quite some time since I played Crusader Kings 2, and for this new series you mainly have to thank one of my Patreon supporters by the name of Gamer Cowboy, who has kindly sponsored this entire series. I do apologise to you that this series has come a month late. December was a little bit of a nightmare, so I'm behind on everything at the moment, but we are up and running now. So I've been wanting to play some Crusader Kings 2 for a little while, because I now have the Jade Dragon DLC, which is the latest one. As you can see down here, I've got like all the DLCs, there's about 1 million of them. But the latest is Jade Dragon. We've still got the good ones, the recent ones like Monks and Mystics and Reaper's Due and all that lot, so that is good. Now Jade Dragon adds basically some interactions with the Chinese Emperor that allows you to do some neat stuff. I haven't really looked too much into it, so we'll kind of work it out as we go along. However, as I understand it, you pretty much need to be in these sort of Middle East and Indian areas for that to work, and my voice has just suddenly decided now is the time that it wants to die, so excuse me. So I figured it has been a while since I played. I didn't want to start too easy like as a king or an emperor or something, and I didn't want to go in and start as like a one province count, because it would be a very short series. So I'm going to play as the count of what is basically, are we on dukes? It must be on counts. Where did I want to? No, it was a duke. We're going to do, I did look at counts, but the difficulty for counts is like very, very high. So I looked at dukes, and I thought I'm going to go here and play as the Duke of Gangavadi, because I can pronounce it for a start. So that's always a good idea. Difficulty is sort of moderate, so I figure that will give me a good starting point. I've never played in India before. In fact, I've never played outside of Europe before. And I am rusty because I haven't played for a long time. So that's what we're going to do. We are going to be the Duke of Gangavadi. And I've got to work out what all of these new titles are. Because this guy is the Raja... Oh, I can't even read that. The Raja Sripurusha. And I think counts are Thakamunjas. And I have no idea what kings are. Kings of Majarars, of course they are. But we're going to go in with the Duke of Gangavadi. So let us dive straight in. Everything wants to be on dynamic. Sunset Invasion off, of course, because it's stupid. So you now have an extra couple of options here. We have got Border Dispute Wars for Jade Dragon. Characters can, through spending piety and gold, start border dispute wars targeting single countries. And new Casus Belli. All new Casus Bellis introduced through Jade Dragon can be used, so that's interesting. Everything else we want on. Shattered Retreat should be off, because we don't want people running away. And I think that's it, really. Just everything else can be left as it is. The achievements are disabled because we've got a couple of things changed, but no, that's fine. Let's go and jump straight in. And hopefully I can remember how to play. Never any guarantees. I'm just hoping, especially with this being a sponsored series, that I'm actually not just going to, like, you know, lose within the first week of the game. So let's have a quick look and see if there's anything special that we need to know. So we are playing a Kannada Hindu Raja. So no special features. It's a feudal government, which is good because I'm used to feudal. Hinduism is not a single religion so much as a blanket term for successive faiths of ancient Indian polytheism as recorded in the Vedas. The existence of many different sects within Hinduism, as well as millennia of relatively peaceful coexistence with Jainism and Buddhism, has made the Hindu faith remarkably tolerant and pluralistic towards Indian religions. Still, it is the most warlike of the three. So priests can marry. Rulers can raid infidel neighbours for loot. Hindu men can take up to 3 concubines. Caste traits have great effect on opinions. There is and can exist no religious head. Can only declare holy wars against non-Indian religions. Okay, fine. Seems to make sense. We are paused up, which is all good stuff. Let me try and remember how any of this stuff works. So, realms. Is it shift click? Shift right click? Shift left click? Control click. There's a button. There we go. Control left click. Sort of breaks everything up so we can see what's going on. So this is my bit of land down here. We are this guy. With, I know it looks like a swastika. It's not a swastika. This symbol has been around long before the Third Reich used it. And it does have a proper name, and I cannot remember what it is now. I'm sure somebody will fill me in on that. But it is a quite unique symbol, so at least I will be able to spot that one. So what have we got going on? I suppose, as usual, we should go through all of these things up here. There's one thing that I love and hate about Crusader Kings 2, and that's when you play as different cultures, it actually changes the look of the menus. They all have sort of different backgrounds and textures and shapes, depending on the culture that you're playing, which is great until you start playing a different culture that you're not used to, and then all of the buttons look slightly different and you can't remember what they all are. The Jade Dragon thing, as far as I'm aware, is this little button here next to the map. So let's have a quick look at that and see what it's all about. So, policy is open. China is currently open to trade and interested in acquiring friends and tributaries within its sphere of influence. The Silk Road is open. Unrest. Civil unrest runs rampant in the Tang Empire, and it has thrown trade routes with the East into disarray. China's armies are occupied internally in an attempt to keep the peace. And unless the unrest is quelled soon, a full-blown civil war may well erupt at any moment. The value of the Silk Road is reduced by 25%. Imperial tributaries cannot raise Chinese regiments to help them in wars, and the status might result in a civil war. So this is the Emperor. This is the Protector General. Doesn't have a very high opinion of me. And that's the House of the Emperor. So we can pay a tribute. If the Tang Empire is amiable to foreign relations, you can send an envoy to provide the Emperor with a token of your subservience. Paying tribute will increase your grace. Requirements. The Tang Empire does not have the isolationist policy, which they don't, they're open. Is at peace with us, basically. We're not at war with him, which we're not. Is within diplomatic range, which he is. We specifically made sure we were. And has not raided the Tang Empire in the last 5 years, which we have. And you can ask for a boon. If the Tang Empire is amiable to foreign relations, you can, and you have not yet had your appeals heard in the past year, you can send an envoy to request one of a variety of blessings the Emperor might deem you worthy. Asking for boons costs grace. So these are all of the different boons that you can have. Request a peace deal, request a Chinese physician, an artifact, siege engineers, strategist, invasions, imperial marriage, lots of cool stuff in there. The Emperor likes Muslims. The Emperor dislikes Tengris. Well, we are neither, so he neither likes nor dislikes us. And we've got some buttons to look at various stuff. Do we want to pay a tribute? We can send a eunuch. Offer up one of your courtiers to be sent to live out their life in the Tang Empire in the service of the Emperor. Don't really have many people, do we? Who are you? You're a courtier, just a random commander. Sure, let's just send you off. Off you go, fella. That starts to give us some grace. Excellent. Recently sent a eunuch. That's that done. Right, let's look at the rest of these buttons. New important decisions are available. We can recruit a court physician. We should always go ahead and initiate that. And we can choose a patron deity. This is something that I've not seen before, so it must be something specific to Hindus. You can choose a personal patron deity from among the most powerful of the many gods and goddesses of the Hindu faith. People will associate your rule with that deity, and some aspects of the government will be strengthened as a result. Though you should be aware that this always has a cost in some other area. There are those who argue that it's best to stay neutral and anger no one. Well, let's have a quick look at this. This seems quite similar to the way it works in EU4, really. There are three gods of the Trimutri, the Great Trinity. Perhaps I should choose one of them as my patron deity. So, first Shiva with his trident, which would give me martial and lose diplomacy. Right, okay, so let's have a quick look at my my stats here. So I've got no intrigue. I'm pretty middling across the board, to be honest. No wife at the moment. So we could gain a martial and lose a diplomacy. We could lose a marshal and gain a diplomacy. We could gain an intrigue. Well, we don't want to do that. We don't need intrigue. And what's the point in having +1 intrigue and losing stewardship? So, do we want more diplomacy or do we want more marshal? I think having more marshal is going to be good for us. Let's go for that one. We need to pick a character focus. Of course we do. I always like going for hunting initially. Extra bit of martial and an extra bit of health. Especially when, you know, he's not a young guy. He's 65. He's probably not going to be around all that long. We are unmarried. So, of course, we do want to arrange a marriage. It's slim pickings. It definitely is slim pickings. This woman has fairly high stewardship. And not bad diplomacy. She's certainly the best choice for us. So let's go ahead and send that out. We also have an unmarried heir as well. So this is our son. You have no wife. A lot of diplomacy. Unfortunately, you're craven. Can we find a wife for you? One with a lot of intrigue. But again, particularly slim pickings. Let's go ahead and get you married off though. Our domain is too big because we actually have 4 provinces here, but that might be solved when we get a wife, so we'll leave that for the time being. We need to pick an ambition. What do we want? Acquire a title, become a councillor. We could become a councillor, that could be quite useful. Let's see if we can do that. Press de jure ducal claims and special minor titles grantable, of course. So let's have a quick look at our council. I'm trying to remember how this thing works. Where are we? Oh, look, it's here, isn't it? My council. There we go. So there used to be an easier way of doing this, wasn't it? Was it? How did I used to see this before? Here, there we go. That's the slightly the way that I prefer to see it. They all like me, which is generally good. Let's go ahead and give these people some... where are we? Honorary titles. There we go. It's always worth handing out a few titles. In fact, though, you should really do that to the people who dislike you. So let's look within my court. Realm tree. Now I need to find myself. So yeah, do bear with me because I am trying to remember how to play this game. Is it right click? Right click on this one. Right, I am there. Nobody in my court dislikes me. You sort of dislike me the most. So let's go ahead and give you some sort of title. And you don't particularly like me either. So let's go ahead and give you some sort of title. And you don't like me either. Ward honorary title. Well, we'll make you the cupbearer. There we go. Excellent. So that's that sorted. What do we want to do now? How much money do we have? We have a little bit of money. Yeah, over the domain limit is not great. So let's go ahead and unpause the game. We can speed things up a little. So our plea to marriage... Okay, so here's our first reply from the Emperor. The Heavenly Li Chu, Emperor Diazong of the Sang Empire, has graciously accepted your gift. We are bound to find work for a man with the physique of Shava. The generosity of the Talakand Ganga dynasty will not be forgotten. I aim to please. Excellent. Good. Nepal and Raja are getting married. We can collect a royal aid duty to pay for the ceremonies. So we can gain 100 prestige or 33 gold. Let's take the prestige. Special character actions possible. Right, we're no longer over the domain limit, which is good. Request a council position. We can ask... Now, the king does like me. Slightly. We'd lose 50 prestige if we ask. I'm not going to do it right away. Because he might actually just decide to give me a council position in any case. But let's go ahead and make our councillors a little bit more useful. So we've got our chancellor. And he's currently performing statecraft. Work to improve relations with random vassals, neighbouring rulers, and your liege, and lower threat. I guess that's not a bad idea. We could try and have him... improve relations directly with our liege, who is where now? Where is our liege, actually? Not used to all of these new icons. Let's go and find you. So you are that icon there. Is that you? Yeah, you're right there. So what we could do is go and try and improve relations with you directly, which I think we will. Let's make sure we improve relations and not fabricate claim. Our marshal. Your marshal will strive to organise armies and drill your commanders. Reduce his retinue monthly cost. Okay, we don't have any retinue. Training troops might be slightly better. Let's go ahead and do that. Train troops in our capital. Let's also just make sure that this is set as Crown Focus. Is anywhere set as Crown Focus? No. So we'll set this as Crown Focus, or is it already done? Doesn't appear to let us change it, so that's fine. Our Steward. Steward, strive to improve your domain, increase culture conversion, and the chance for prosperity gains. I'd sooner you collect taxes, to be honest. Spy Master. I suppose we do the usual thing of go and spy on the Byzantine Empire. So let's go and... What are you doing currently, actually? Scheming. Order your Spy Master to uncover plots and discourage vassals from associating with factions. No, we want to build a steel technology, and we'll go to Thrake. Can we not reach Thrake? Is Thrake too far away? Thrake is too far away. We can't do that. Okay, let's leave him scheming for now. And our priest. What do we do with our priest? Because normally I'd just send my priest to suck up to the Pope. But there's no point in doing that here. Hunt apostolate, so we can proselytize, which we don't need to do. Research cultural tech, which we could do. Or improve religious relations. Let's improve cultural tech. Do we have anybody better? We've got a Chancellor with 11 diplomacy. In fact, I could replace some of these guys, couldn't I? Because you're not a powerful vassal, none of you are. You've got 15 diplomacy. Well, congratulations, welcome aboard. You're going to go and improve relations with our king. You should have a much higher chance. Yeah, 51% per month. Marshal. You are the best marshal that we're going to get. Steward 11. We could replace with a steward who has 13. You're a siege leader, though. You'd be good in a fight. Spy Master 12. Ah, now you would make a much better religious guy. These are new icons that I'm not used to as well. Brahmin gives you monthly karma. And Shaktist is more fertility and opposite trait opinion. Okay. So do I want to put you in charge there? Sure. And then you can go and improve, not improve relations, research cultural tech. There we go. Excellent. That seems like most things are done. I think. I hope. Okay, so something's going on. Let's try and get this back. There's a war somewhere. Peace be with you. I accept your suggestion. Right, so okay, so son's getting married. So whose war is this? This is basically my king versus another random person. Who are you? You are like a duke? Yeah, it looks like you're a duke. Okay, fair enough. Good luck with that. Your scouts tell of a Nestorian missionary that just arrived. Okay, so this is going to be for my physician. His theologian. Apparently he's attractive. Let's have a quick look. He's kind, he's chaste, he's erudite and tempest. He's also zealous. He really doesn't like me, though. I've changed my mind. I don't think I require his services. We have a message from the king. I would give you a seat on my council, therefore offer you the title of Chancellor. Excellent. So I didn't even need to spend that prestige. That's why I waited. So we've completed our ambition already. Fantastic. Now we get to pick a new ambition. Yay. Build a war chest. 700 ducats is quite a lot. Oh no, 500 for a duchy. Still quite a lot. Acquire a title, I suppose, is possible. Let's see if we can acquire a title. So, do we have any claims? Let's have a look at diplomatic relations. I think anything yellow, we have a claim against. I think. Just trying to remember how this works now. Oh, this is border disputes. So anyone I share a border with, I can potentially declare a war on. Some of these guys are quite large, though. So you do have to be kind of careful with this. Oh, we've died already. Well, that was quick. Fair enough. We didn't lose any titles, though, so that's fine. So let's go ahead and pause up again. So that was an excellent first episode. We basically started the game, got everything set up, and died. That seems fairly normal. At least this guy does have a larger domain limit, so that's not too bad. So that's the setup episode done, and then in episode 2 we'll set up again. So there we go. Well, once again, I would like to thank Gamer Cowboy for generously sponsoring this entire series. I know he said video, which indeed he did, but the entire series with his generous donation. So thank you very much. And I'm sure that I will get back into Crusader Kings 2 and remember what I'm doing. And hopefully this series should progress a little bit faster than the first episode. So thanks a lot to you all for watching. I'll see you next time, and until then, goodbye for now.